the twining loom. I did a 3-part video series, and I will link those at the end of this video. That way you can just go through and click on those. And I've had a few people who are having trouble with either corners or when they're finished with their rug, it seems to be too loose. So today I want to go over a couple things that need to be done on the twining loom. And there again, you know, when you do things all the time, there's little tips and little things that you do you really don't think of saying, and it's not until later and it's like, oh, why didn't I mention that? Well, so this is kind of a recap of those little to-dos that maybe I didn't really think was important, but to someone else it might be. I am going to go over a few things that I did in the original videos. You might have heard them before, and you may be doing these things, but there may be others who are not. Because I have seen a few twining videos, and they're just, their warping is just way too loose. So those are a few things I want to point out. So here we go. This is tips and tricks for twining. And we're going to give you a turn right over here. Now here you can see I'm doing a really short, like here to here. I don't even think, this isn't a whole lot. This is perfect for like your back door, or for your kitchen right by your sink. Now here's what I'm talking about on being too loose. This, you need to feel some tension here. Once you warp this up, if you start in here, let me back up so you can see what I'm talking about. If you start here and you pull down on this material, it'll loosen this side. So you can pull it and hold that, and then pull that extra here, and you keep going all the way across until you get to this end over here. And then you can start to see there should be, see, there's a little bit of bounce to this. If you can push it and go way back in there, you're way too loose to twine a rug and have it last. These rugs will last you a long time. Ours are at back doors and front doors, and inside the back door, outside the back door. The Sheltie has claimed one for her personal sleeping space. But you can vacuum these rugs, you can hose them down, let them dry, and put them right back where you had them. Now, I chose this light color warp because I'm going to use this green. Now, to start, in my beginning videos, I tell you to make this loop a good size. Don't make this too tiny. You need to be able to at least get 2 fingers. If your fingers are tiny, make sure it's 3, because you're going to use this loop to your advantage. The whole purpose of having this loop like this is because you're going to anchor your rug on this corner and the opposing corner. The steel rods on the side is going to help you keep your side straight, and it's going to keep your loops interlocking. There's one on each side. I'll address the rods later. But as you're coming through, it's real important that you stay with this size loop. Don't make this too small, because when you start, we're going to come around this rod and come through this loop. Your first 2 rows is going to be really important. Now, I unfortunately got a good sized piece here. So here you go. Now hopefully, and you're going to have these little fabric straggles, they're everywhere. So you're going to do this. You have one part of the loop and the steel rod together, like this. Bring right over left. Now here's what I do. I go under here, that other loop. See, the other side of the loop. Other people don't. Some just skip it. I don't. I go back over again and over the under here. It's over, under. Now the key thing is to keep this up the top. If you have really big loops up here at the top, when you take your rug off, these are going to have it's going to take them a lot longer for these to sink back into the rug, which is why you need tension on the warp. When you take this off, all these warp pieces of material, the tension's going to come off, they're all going to pull right back in, so the loops will go into the rug and hide. Here again, over, under. This is a standard weaving process. Over, under. Over, under. If you weave on a frame loom or even a piece of cardboard, the method is the same. Over, under, over, under. Now we're going to do this all the way. I'm gonna fly through here because I want you to see what's going to happen on the second row, and this makes noise. Those rods that are so important make noise. Now it's not critical that you hold a ton of tension here as long as you have it in your warp. So I am literally just I'm gonna fly through here because I made this kind of small. So while I'm getting this part done, this particular loom is a Libby Lula twining loom. I will put in the comments the Etsy link where you can get this very loom that I'm working on. Everything you see on this loom, except for the material, comes in the box. It comes with all these big, huge, thick eye hooks. It comes with the steel rods, all the bolts and screws and washers. You do have to put it together when it arrives. It's real easy. Instructions are super easy to follow. And actually, probably in the comments somewhere on one of the 3 twining rug videos, there is a comment on there, and the name of the person is I Am Aunt Meme. Actually, that is the maker of the Libby Lula twining loom. So you are more than welcome and she'll be happy to have you subscribe to her too. Link up with her. She also does twining videos, and she does some really pretty rugs. But I will put that link in there for you so you can go. Now here is where we're going to have to add a piece. Now see, I'm pushing all this up. I hope that's getting in there. Yes. Push this material up to the top by the peg. The less of a loop you need to soak in, the quicker it's going to happen. Now here I am down here at the end. So let's just bring you with me. Me, my camera, my tripod. Yup. I'm going to bring you with me right here. I've run out of material on this side. Now here's where I did this before, but I'm going to do it again. Ooh, dinner is smelling real good too. So here's how you join this material. This is a refresher and also a new little tip that one of our subscribers gave us. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to put these 2 pieces of material together like this. Just like this. Fold over, and you're going to want to cut maybe about a ½ inch to an inch cut. Cut both of those pieces of material. When you take them apart, you have matching holes. Now here's the new trick that Anton gave us. Is cut these little corners off, which even I didn't know this one. If you cut these little corners off, it's less material and actually forms a smaller knot. So they're not so prominent in your rug. See? How about that? Great tip. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to take this one and put it on top like that. Now you're going to take this material down here at the other end. Now because this is on top, you want to take the opposing end through the bottom. Because if you don't, you're just going to come through the same spot and you're not going to have a join. I'm going to probably have to do this again in order to get to the other side, because the second row is what I really want to show you. Okay, so at this point we just continue on with our weaving. I'll have to join another piece. Just keep in mind, each side you're going to weave under and then over on this. Now when you get to this corner, you're going to do the exact same thing that you did. Let me check and make, yeah, you can see the corner. Sorry if it's shaky. So we're here. We have one warp left and we have our beam. So we're going to go over and we're going to go under the warp and under that beam, just like this. Now remember, corners are key to your rug. So we're going to switch like this, and we're going to come back under like this. See it? Now you can do that, or you can come over and then come back under like this. So there's two ways you can do that. It's not a dead set. Cough on something. Ah, my wheel. That ain't no good. So you can do this and then come over and then you pick up where you leave off. You see? So you can back that up and check out which way you want to do. Either way, I've seen both. Both will work. The key thing is having this warp and the steel bar together at the same time. Now here again, like I said, make sure you keep, I'm going to move you just a tad bit. There we go. Just keep going and keep going. The hindrance when one piece is longer. Now one of the key things you need to do is keeping this material towards that top. Now if you've got something that you can use, other than fingers, which is fine, but a lot of people don't have that kind of strength to do it. Here's what I do, is when you pull this through, this fabric, when you get this through, like this, pull up, cross over, go under, pull up, cross over, under, pull up.